Coastal Living. We have a great show for you all today. As you know, every Wednesday the doctor is in the house, so we're going to visit with our friends at South Texas Brain and Spine to learn about some common issues that could come up in life. Hopefully not, but if they do, at least you'll be a little prepared with some of the useful information they share. Now, speaking of medical and health issues, I know my knees are hurting as I approach 40 years old, and some of you may be feeling the same way. So we're going to address knee pain and maybe some essential solutions that you could try, as well as the side effects of gaming. Yeah, video gamers may be losing their hearing because of those headphones and how loud those games are. So we're going to cover a lot of interesting topics today. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
It's nothing new. Knee pain is one of the most common complaints. In the U.S., about 790,000 total knee replacements are performed every year. And as people get older, that number is expected to get higher.
Now, most times it is due to osteoarthritis in the joint.
It's a degenerative joint disease causing the breakdown of tissues as a person ages. Osteoarthritis not only leads to pain, but joint stiffness, joint movement limitations, and swelling in and around the joint, especially after activity. But research shows you may be able to slow the progression of the pain or even avoid it altogether by strengthening your leg muscles.
Simply put, people who had more leg muscle mass had a lower risk of knee osteoarthritis. Now, that increased muscle mass can sort of protect the knee, taking some of the strain off the joints.
Experts say strength training is the best way to bulk up the muscles in your legs. The CDC recommends older adults get 150 minutes of moderately intense physical activity each week and at least 2 days of muscle strengthening activity each week. The agency says muscles can be strengthened in many ways, including lifting weights, working with resistance bands, using body weight for resistance during exercise like push-ups, or simply doing some gardening work or yoga.
It's important to start strength training slowly, also maintain a healthy body weight, and just keep moving, keep active.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Hello everybody, the doctor is in the house, and today I'm here with Dr. Alexander at South Texas Brain and Spine right here off of 3rd Street. Now, we've done a fantastic series with these doctors learning about all kinds of issues that either we ourselves or someone we love has probably dealt with or will deal with in our lifetime. So what I love about this is we're able to dive into some topics that we might be kind of familiar with, but learn a little bit more about what to expect in the event that we encounter these on our own. So first, let's list off a few of the spinal issues that we've covered thus far.
So we've covered both, I think, neck and low back pain issues, radiculopathy, sciatica, all those type of surgeries. You can approach the spine from all different directions, from the front, from the side, from the back. So there's different ways we can approach it. We try to approach where the problem's coming from. The disc is usually anterior to the spinal cord. Sometimes you have bone spurs posterior to the spinal cord, so it's not just a simple one approach for it. So this is an example of a spinal fusion. So if you have back pain and sciatica radiculopathy, typically you have to stabilize one or two segments of the spine or whatever the pathology is that cause it to, if you know, typically back pain is causing from excessive motion, sometimes the facets are rubbing too much, those are pain originating factors, so you have to stabilize that segment. So here's an example of a L4, L5 fusion. Now these look really big, but these are actually life-size screws, life-size rods. So basically you make an incision over the area that we're working on. Either you go from the side or you go directly from the front. We retract the muscles. What hurts in back pain and back surgery is the muscle retraction. The muscle is healing. Then we drop in our screws. Now when we put our screws in, there's a couple ways we make this as safe as possible. So not only are we directly visualizing the nerve in the spinal cord, we're also stimulating the probe that goes into the bone. And then we actually have an awl. It's like when wood cutting, you know, this is more fancy carpentry. We put the awl under monitoring, so it's attached to electrode, and we have an off-site neurologist who's actually monitoring what we're doing. So we want to, if there's nerve irritation or we have decreasing signals, then we can adjust either the screw do, adjust what we did to see if we can recover. So like we do neck surgery from the front, sometimes you can see a depression on intraoperative monitoring. We can do both sensory and motor functions. Is a graft too big? It will be causing too much distraction. And we can put a smaller graft in. We can go look for a blood clot, an epidural hematoma, or something that would be causing problems or pressure on the spinal cord, and reverse that. Typically, most of the lumbar surgeries are now considered outpatient, but it could be in the hospital 2 to 3 days. It takes a couple of weeks to recover. It all depends what you. Not one surgery is the same for everybody. So it depends on how the patient is when they come in, how active they are, how motivated it is. So actually, a lot of it's up to the patient to get better. They have to kind of push themselves, do the right things, do physical therapy.
Following the doctor's orders.
Realistic on their expectations. If you have unrealistic expectations, you won't be happy, and the patient won't be happy. So we want to make sure they're also putting their 100% effort into the healing process also.
Very good. Okay, well, thank you for giving us that reassurance. Again, these procedures can be really intimidating, but knowing that there's even more technology so that these doctors can know more about what they're doing and prevent future issues is really helpful as well. So if you're interested or if you need help, find our friends here at South Texas Brain and Spine. The doctors in the house, let them know that Coastal Living sent you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coastal Living's Doctor in the House is paid for by South Texas Brain and Spine Center.
It's a popular pastime that continues to grow. On average, gamers ages 18 to 35 spend about 17 hours every week playing video games in the U.S., according to a 2024 Video Gamer Safe Listening poll.
Over half of them are playing at levels that are too loud, and our hearing is something that we take for granted until we lose it.
Audiologist Lindsay Creed says gamers now often use earbuds, headphones, or headsets, which can put loud noises close to the ear, and over time, that can cause significant damage.
There's often not much we can do to get it back at that point.
But Creed says noise-induced hearing loss is preventable. First, turn down the volume. Keeping it to about 50% or less can reduce risk of damage. Next, take listening breaks every hour. Even a few minutes can help your ears recover. Finally, use headphones that offer protection, like ones that are noise canceling.
This will help reduce the noise in the user's environment and really allow them to resist the urge to crank up the volume of the game to compensate for what's going on around them.
Creed says children and young adults are most vulnerable to this type of hearing loss and may not be able to put into words that a sound is too loud. So she says it's important that parents stay aware and promote hearing care.
They can still play their games and have fun, just in a safer way.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Hey everybody, today I'm in this new fabulous out-of-this-world library at Ella Barnes Elementary. They are asking for donations to provide books like this for the kiddos, and they're going to encourage a love of literacy. We're going to meet with some of the staff and learn all about how you can make a difference in these children's lives. Let's check it out.
Good morning. My name is Katie Gorman. I'm the proud principal of Ella Barnes Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Stout, the librarian at Barnes Elementary.
And we're here today to tell you about our Fancy Nancy, our 3rd annual Fancy Nancy Tea Party.
As a librarian at Barnes Elementary, I really believe that the love of literacy is where it all begins.
Hi, I'm JC Lindsay. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Ella Barnes.
Bonjour, I am Miss Purdy, pre-K teacher at Ella Barnes. Welcome to our Space Library. We are glad to have Coastal Living back in our school. You guys did so great helping us raise funds for our Fancy Nancy event. This year we are going to our 3rd annual Fancy Nancy Literacy event, and we are asking for your help.
What our Fancy Nancy event is we have our 4th graders pair up with our pre-Kers, and they get to pick a book. They dress all fancy, and they have a little tea party, and they do some buddy reading.
And this is the first time for some of the littles for their first peer reading experience. And the way the little ones look at your 4th graders is magical. Your 4th graders, they show up as leaders, as mentors, and the little ones just make that positive connection and memory to keep coming into the library and reading books.
As a 4th grade teacher, I don't always get to see the 4th graders as leaders and mentors. They're used to the 5th graders being the leaders and mentors of the school, and so this is their chance to work with the littles, and it just you can just see their hearts building and growing. They love this event so much. They talk about it the rest of the year, and every year it's just been so special.
And they look forward to it. In the hallway, they're telling us, I'm going to be in 4th grade on Fancy Nancy this year. So it's adorable, it's magical, and it's inspiring. And this year, we need your help. We are Fancy Nancy attire event, and we are representing Mo Willems this year, and we need to put a book in each little's hands. We need 110 books. So if you can help us like you did last year, please help us with our Scholastic Campaign Fund.
Yeah.
Please scan that QR code so you can donate $1, $10.
Any donation helps.
Any donation helps keep the magic of reading alive for our mentors and our littles here at Barnes and in Corpus Christi. So please help us lead in love and literacy. Yeah!
Well, everyone, as the Lenten season approaches, and of course Ash Wednesday, some of us may be trying to conjure up what we want to sacrifice for the Lenten season. But today I have Sister Caritas here with the diocese to talk about how it goes beyond just that one sacrifice that you make for those 40 days and what you might want to bring to your attention with your intentions for this season. So thank you for being here today.
Yeah, it's a joy. I think when we enter Lent, it's important to know the purpose or the goal of Lent, and that it's our journey with the Lord so that the Lord can transform the places within us that are broken or are tending to sin, tending to vice. And so it's an invitation really from Jesus to walk with him in the desert so that he can renew our hearts, he can transform places within that need transformed. And oftentimes that involves sacrifice or fasting, but not always. You know, sometimes it might also involve adding a certain aspect to your prayer life, reading scripture more, going to daily mass, taking 5 minutes extra in silence and prayer. And so it's this invitation from the Lord for our hearts to be transformed.
I love that.
And that's such a blessing to have every year. The church is so good to us in that regard.
Truly. And there's such a parallelism with the actual act of fasting, right? Just as Jesus did, of when he physically fasts, you know, there's a lot of science that says that your cells are able to renew themselves, and it kind of creates this reset in your body. And I think that's what we're looking for spiritually when we look inward and we take that time to reflect and meditate. So I'm guilty myself of saying, I'm going to give up ice cream. I didn't need ice cream in the first place. And I remember one year I just heard the most powerful sermon from one of my priests, and it just really nailed in the fact that it's not about, you know, sharing with the world what you gave up for 40 days or getting a high five. This is about your relationship with you and your faith and God, and kind of renewing yourself and your faith and feeling that stronger connection, right?
Yes, most certainly. And it's important to note, like when we fast, it's good to fast. It's good to give those things up, because what it does is it creates within our heart more space for God. And so if we are attached to a certain food or a certain item, it's good to give that up, because then it opens that space within for Jesus to encounter us more deeply.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And so you all are going to have a series online to kind of help us keep ourselves accountable and just to stay, you know, up to date and inspired, I guess, throughout that Lenten season. So where can we go to keep in touch with that?
Yeah, so diocesecc.org is our webpage. You can find many resources there. We'll have a Lenten video series with Bishop Michael Mulvey, which will be beautiful and blessed. We'll have other resources available for parishioners and people who maybe don't find themselves going to church regularly, for them to go and get information about how do they make this Lent the best Lent ever.
I love that. That's a wonderful goal to have in the year 2025. And again, bringing your children into this and bringing them closer to God. A lot of people maybe have stepped out of the church but still have that faith. And so let's bring everything back into the church. Let's be a community with each other and be a support system for each other. Because with all of those people, what is it? Where there are one or more, there I am, there is God, right? He is present with us. So take advantage of all the things that you learned today. Follow the diocese and stay up to date with all the things they have going on. You can find them online. And then, of course, social media pages as well to see live videos and things like that, correct?
Yes, most definitely. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We definitely have all those resources will be ongoing throughout Lent as well.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you for sharing this beautiful message. And everybody, it's right around the corner. Have a wonderful Lenten season. We're off to a great start, but don't go anywhere. We love community events, and the Junior League does so much to give back to our community, a fantastic group of women. Well, I had the blessing and opportunity to visit with their keynote speaker, Nancy Kerrigan, y'all. Oh my gosh, I zoomed with Nancy Kerrigan. You're going to check out the interview and find out what to expect at this fantastic event when we return. I'm sitting here in my career about to introduce our next guest. Miss Nancy Kerrigan is with me via Zoom, and we are so excited because she's going to be coming down to the Coastal Bend to attend the Junior League Women's Luncheon on March 6th. Nancy, it's so great to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to come down there, get some warm weather. That sounds good to me. And to be a part of something that helped to inspire women, and just, you know, it's always good to get together with a bunch of women.
Absolutely. Well, your journey has been inspiring, of course. And, you know, as you know now, I'm sure you're very familiar with the Junior League. These women volunteer their times to give back to the communities, and specifically women who just need help to thrive in their lives. So how important was it for you to be a part of an event like this? And what does it mean to you to come down to Corpus and speak to these women?
Oh, it's always an honor to be able to speak to women, and to do it in a day that honors International Women's Day is like a little bit even more special. But I think it's just a good reminder that we are all stronger than we think, and to be there for one another is so important, because in the years past, in different sports and different things, we're so competitive and trying to get ahead. And I just feel like if we actually support each other, we get a lot farther.
This conversation with you has been so impactful, and we've only been spending a few minutes together. We're looking forward to the Dreamer and Me Luncheon for the Junior League. Of course, women here in the Coastal Bend should already be familiar with the program, but we look forward to your speech. I imagine we'll cover some of the same topics, but before we go, what do you plan on bringing to your speech at this event?
Oh, hopefully just some inspiration that we are all stronger than we think, and that we all can like stand up for ourselves and be strong and be powerful, and, you know, don't let someone steer you off course for their benefit. Like, you have to look out for yourself and your friends and your family, and think about you and who you are, and but stick with your convictions, you know, and they will stick with you. You know, it is, you have to have that belief in yourself to be able to move forward. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to it too. I can't wait to come down there.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to have you. Thank you so much for committing to us here in the Coastal Bend. And yes, it will be a little toastier for you down here, so bring your swimsuit just in case.
Oh yeah, I have plenty of snow outside right now, so looking.
You don't need dry skates down here. But for everybody watching, if you're interested in getting tickets, visit the Junior League of Corpus Christi website. You can find all the details online to attend the luncheon. We look forward to having you, Nancy. Blessings on your trip, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
All right, bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it.
Meghan Markle returns to television. With Love, Meghan finds the Duchess of Sussex delving into the lifestyle genre. The series trailer reveals Prince Harry will make an appearance, along with at least one of the couple's canine family members. With Love, Meghan debuts March 4th on Netflix.
He was at a wedding and someone heard him make a sexist joke.
Which one?
Probably just one of his usual ones.
Which wedding?
What was the joke then?
I don't remember.
A social gathering faux pas leads to Douglas is canceled. Hugh Bonneville stars as a news anchor who may have made a bad joke at a wedding and navigates the fallout surrounding the story going viral on social media. The limited series was created by Doctor Who's Stephen Moffat and co-stars Whovian alumni Karen Gillan and Alex Kingston. Douglas is canceled streams on BritBox March 6th.
A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
The Man Without Fear is back. Daredevil Born Again reunites Charlie Cox as the vigilante/lawyer and Vincent D'Onofrio as his nemesis, Kingpin. The original Daredevil streamed for 3 seasons on Netflix, debuting back in 2015. The new series debuts on Disney Plus March 4th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Show, and what a great show it was. I feel like I've got all this great information in my brain now. What do I do with it, right? That's what we love about this show. So if you want to keep the conversation going, reach out to us online. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Coastal Living TV, and you can check out all your favorite segments on our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. Give us a follow, subscribe to our page, and that's where you can watch full episodes commercial free. We love to see it. If you or someone you know needs to be on the show, reach out to us, and until then, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.